Hello, welcome to my channel. I am Lisa J. Stocks, doing a quick pop-up today on winning financially. So let's get started. Everyone, you can see what everyone around you, what they have. Well, first let me start. Let me start by sharing this. This is part of what inspired today's live stream. So I know this is going to be hard to see, but I'm going to read it to you. This is Eric Thomas. And on this, it says, the goal is to win, not look like you're winning. Make winning the priority, not impressing others. So I want to talk about things that we can do in order to focus on our financial outlook and not what people are seeing, the outward things that people are seeing, the cars and the house and the vacations that you're posting on social media. If you're new here and you're enjoying this content, all I talk about over here is investing, saving, just finance. So if you're new here, make sure to subscribe to the channel. And let me see. First up, we're going to talk about, as I said, the goal is to win. And I think a lot of us are being distracted by the things that we're seeing and we don't know the true backgrounds behind it. In our society, there's a lot of pressure to appear successful, but the real thing should be winning financially. And that's what I'm focused on. And a lot of what people see, the outward appearance about me, they may judge me and not think I'm doing as well financially as I truly am, because they want to see those outward signs of having money. So I prioritize my goals over impressing others. And, I'm here trying to fight against inflation and all these other issues. And I'll tell you, my bills have gone up dramatically, over the last few years. And by keeping my budget tight and not being extravagant with my spending, it has really helped me to have to take on the extra costs of the car insurance going up and all of these different things. If you're spending every last dime, then you're not going to have any flexibility when the utilities go up, the car insurance go up, all these different things. You're not going to have the flexibility to have to be able to adjust and take on those costs without really impacting yourself. And you'll need to work another job. You'll be struggling. You'll have to find the money somewhere and not be able to find somewhere to cut from. So I see my station break notices coming up, so I'm going to take my first station break, and then we're going to get into the topic. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. I hope you enjoy this live stream. If you're new here, as I said, make sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell, give me a thumbs up. If you're new to investing, I do have links for investment platforms that I use every day, every week. Webull and Moo Moo will be in the description, or if they're not in the description of this video, they will be in some of my previous videos. And consider becoming a channel member also. So now let's get back to the topic. First, let me tell you a little bit about me. Like right now, I am currently driving a 2013 SUV. It has 107,000 miles on it. I bought it used when it was 3 years old. It was a lease that was turned in. I made a significant down payment when I bought the car. I could have bought it outright, but I didn't want to have all of my money, tied up into the car. I wanted to have a little bit more in savings. So it only left me with about $130 car payment for a couple of years, which I got that paid off rather quickly. But I could have overextended myself by trying to get a BMW X5 or a Lexus or something like that that was just going to have higher maintenance costs, higher insurance, higher, over $100 for an oil change. But I knew where I was going to be working. I knew what my commute was going to be like. I knew I didn't want to have to be spending all of that money on gas, and I made a decision that worked well for me in the long run. And as I said, the car has 107,000 miles on it now. It's still running. It's not giving me a problem. Before that car, I was I had a well, I bought this car new back when I was in, my younger years, and I had a Mitsubishi Galant. I had gotten into a car accident with it after it was old. I was driving that car for many years, and I only got about $2,800 back when I sold that car. Well, when it was totaled from the insurance company. And at that time, I was not as financially stable as I am now. And what I did was I took that 28 and I had to add a little bit more onto it, maybe over another $1,000. And I went to an auction and I bought a 2002 yellow Ford Escape. And then I drove that car for many years. Over 6 years, I was driving that car till that car got to 172,000 miles. And I tell you, the topic of the show today is about the goal is to win, not look like you're winning. While I was driving that yellow 2002 Ford Escape, while my coworkers were cracking jokes about me, about here comes Miss Pac-Man and my car looks like an ice cream truck, I had money in the bank. I was almost to the point, like I said, when I went to go get my 2013 vehicle, I could have bought it outright. And by taking my time, that car was running, I was able to continue to just save and get myself in a better financial place. I only got rid of the Ford Escape once it started to really start to rust and start to give me problems. I said, okay, you have the money. It's time now to finally move forward. And even when I did not go on to get something fancy. I got a Nissan, reasonable gas mileage, fit into my needs. And I'm still driving that car till today. So next, let's talk about shopping. Now, this first tip I'm going to talk about, this worked for me when my daughters were small, because once they get older they talk back. But I'll tell you, when my daughters were small, I would always try to buy basic items when I saw them on sale, even if they were 2 or 3 sizes too big. I would just, if it was a pair of jeans or a solid color top or something basic, socks, pajamas, things like that, I would buy it whatever size it was if it was a really good price. And all I had to do was remember, when I need something, shop the house, shop the where I had my stuff stashed. So, we're always trying to spend on things that, but just be mindful. There's only so much coming in. We don't want it all to be going out, and just then you have nothing to fall back on but running yourself into debt. I focus on just making sure to meal prep, not always jumping to Uber Eats, having food delivered, not always jumping to order the groceries and have it Instacart delivered. Sometimes you got to think, can my budget, is this really the best way to spend my money? Or can you just do those things every once in a while and not constantly, in order to save yourself some money and allocate that money to better things that are going to improve your financial outlook? So I know sometimes we're tired. We just want to have the food delivered, but do you do it every week, every month? Are there some times that you can do something different? Can you make a choice to buy something at the grocery store, even if it's something not so labor intensive, that you can pop in the oven or put on the grill and just, look at the big picture of, can this save me money in the long, in this month of bill cycle and make things better. And at the end of the month, maybe I'll have some money for the things that we're always saying we don't have money for, but they should be a priority. So what's up next on my list? Okay. So yeah, same thing I'm talking about is when you're out and about, you're stopping for fast food, you're stopping for coffee. I know you might think it's a little thing, but if you keep track of your spending, then sometimes you really will look at it after a month or two's time, a month of two of purchases. Are you really spending, is it truly insignificant, the amount of money that you're spending on takeout and going to the vending machine or buying those snacks on the go at the gas station? Or could that money could actually have gone into saving for your child, into increasing your retirement, things like that, that you're saying, I can't afford to do it. But are you looking at your actual spending to see if you can find money to start to make those improvements for yourself that are just ways of you taking care of yourself today, tomorrow, and in the future? So I know that I try to do the best that I can. I was only going into the office twice a week, but even those 2 times a week, if you can spend so much in one day just buying coffee and soda and lunch, and it really can add up. So avoiding envy is really what this topic of today really I want to highlight. Like I said, the goal is to win, not look like you're winning. And we're so focused on, you go to someone's cookout and you see their house and you see their car, but what we don't see is, are they house poor? Are they paying for that car for the next 6 years? Is it, just depreciating? And before you know it, by the time they get that one paid off, they want to get a new one and go and get back into the same cycle. Do they just have a massive amount of debt? These are the things that we can't see. But so many people are caught up on that and think that that is the person that has the true wealth, instead of someone that, like me, that maybe I'm saving for the next 15 months in order to do something that they just jump up and do without the preparation. But in time, we're both achieving the same thing, but I'm doing it in a way that does not run me into debt. I'm doing it at the point where I feel I can actually afford to do it. So, like I said, we see the outward things, but we're not seeing their savings account. We're not seeing their retirement investments. We don't know, what are they planning? Are they trying to help their children to go to college? Or is it just going to be student loan debt for them? And that's that, not passing on to something to them financially, or even trying to pass on knowledge to them on how to just stay out of the cycles that we as adults may have gone through. I know I've gone through the stages where I had to repair my credit, pay off high interest debt. I know my daughters, they have to live their own lives, but I want to share my story with them and try to give them as much guidance as possible so that they don't have to repeat that cycle. They can make choices and be better about planning for themselves so they don't have to go through that. And that's all I want from them. But, I hope I'm being the example to them to make better choices in life. So, what's up next? Now, another thing that I've done in the last few years is, I focused on, when I could, thankfully, refinancing my mortgage, making sure that my credit score is, it's over 800 right now. So making sure that I'm doing the best to have myself ready if I want whatever I want, if I do need to finance it, which most likely the only thing I'll be financing is property, that I'm in a place where I'm not gonna, I'm only doing things to have myself positively impacted in these different areas. I'm being knowledgeable about, everything so that I can pass it on to the next generation. Everything is, as I figure out things, as I learn and grow, I'm going to make sure that my daughter knows it too, so that, like I said, there's no reason for me to the not talking about finances, not talking about certain things. It's going to end with this generation because um, when I went out into the world, I had really no knowledge of anything financial. I didn't know how to do anything really much, like even registering the car, being prepared for, different bills, filing my taxes, just so many things that my family just didn't talk about. And I just don't understand how anyone is supposed to be able to figure all of this out. So I don't want to set anyone around me, young people, whether it's my daughter or just anyone around me, if I can help to pass on some knowledge, I try to do it because we all need to just be on track. There's no reason for anyone to be left behind when it comes to uh, saving, investing, and just having a better financial outlook. And I think that if people are intimidated or confused, I just like to be here to share my story to show you that it's not hard. Now, all right, staying on topic of today. Now, I want to talk about those splurges, those things that those extra things that you want to do. So spend money, um, splurge wisely. Let me say it that way. So I know I want to people you're going to want to go on vacation. You may want to go to a Broadway show or NFL game or whatever it is that is your splurge. And I think that the thing that I'm trying to encourage is make sure that you are saving for it. Don't prioritize doing those things when you're not contributing a significant amount towards your retirement. You don't have life insurance. You're saying that you can't afford those things, yet it seems that every few months you're able to splurge on those extra fun things. So my encouragement and what I try to do is do do both. I want to be able to fit both into my life, but how do you go about doing that? And for me, it is saving and having multiple buckets of saving. Is it for Christmas? Is it for entertainment? Is it for vacation? Set yourself up so when these things come up, you can do it and not run yourself into debt. For me, it wouldn't feel good to go on vacation and um, how many months down the road? 9 months down the road, this vacation isn't paid off. Yet you're ready to go on the next one. What is that doing for your financial outlook? It's just leaving yourself in a rut that you're going to be digging yourself out of forever, or you're just going to be never being able to get ahead because you're drowning in the high interest credit card debt. So that's about it for my topic of the day. I'm going to take a look at the chat. Thank you everyone who has tuned in and is currently here. Let's see. This vertical live, I forgot how small it is. I think I'll just read them. So, save and invest first, then everything else is what I do. So, yeah, definitely. I think that's what we're doing. We're not prioritizing. Um, we're saying that we can't afford. Many people say they can't afford to invest. They can't afford to do certain things. But like I said, when you got a raise at work, did you then create a lifestyle that was going to eat up that increase in your pay and in a way that is not going to positively impact you? Did you move into an apartment that costs more? Did you, um, loosen up on getting more streaming services? Did you get a new car? Did you spend the money instead of finding a way to put it back into your household and use that money to make more money? So, Prez, your son was talking about Tesla stock last night. I was at the car. I was getting my emissions tested on the car, and I had my daughter with me the other day. And this old guy came over to us, and he said, "Oh, you're making money on the stock market?" And I was like, "Yeah." And my daughter's like, "Mommy, of course the people in here know we're making money on the stock market. You're over here telling me about Apple stock hit an all-time high yesterday, and it just did again today while we were sitting here." And these are the type of conversations that I'm having with her. And she might not be that interested in it, but she's going to have an understanding. It's getting into her, whether she likes it or not, or whether she likes it or not. I try not to be, I don't want her to have to sit down and be tortured by having to talk about stocks and look at different things. But I want her to have knowledge, and I can see that she has it on some of the things, the way she replies to me. So Henry, I didn't see what Henry said. So Henry got an example from his dad on learning how to track investments. Still nowhere is near as good as he was. Yes. I'm glad that your dad showed you that. These are the type of things, like, it wasn't until very recently that I asked a family member, a senior age family member, like, what did you do as far as a 401k or a pension or investments for retirement? Or did you, as I assumed when they got to the age that they are, that it would be there. And I discovered that they didn't do investments on their own. So they're basically, it's pension. There is a pension and there is Social Security, but I assumed that there was more than that because I thought there would have been a 401k investments that they did on their own. So it's because we're not having these type of conversations. You know, I'm often surprised by what I find out. Just like I was saying, throughout what I was sharing about my car, I was able to pay it off very quickly. I put a significant amount of money down, and sometimes someone was saying, a friend of ours was about her car payment. She made a reference about her car payment. I was like, car payment? She's been driving that car for like 5 or 6 years already. And it turned out that friend still did have a car payment. So this is what I mean about, I'm not going to see the outward things, the houses and the cars and, all of those things. And I'm not letting it distract me from what my priorities are, because those are all things that I'm sure if we were to have a financial, if we were comparing investment accounts, retirement accounts, and things like that, I'm guessing that the people that look poor on the outside, that are driving the older vehicles, that might live in a more modest home, may be doing better financially because they're doing other things with their money. So So let me take a look. Does anyone have any questions? This is my third time going live, guys. Third time, so be patient with me. If you have any questions, I'm going to be on for a few more minutes and I will take a look at the chat a little bit more. Let's see. All right, let's see what Henry's saying here. I set up an IRA in 1981 and always did the 401k at work, plus a trade account and a broker money. I never touched, but it grew over the years. Of course, it's going to grow. You see, you're putting the money aside for decades, even if compound interest is just going to be on your side. And I don't discourage young people. I will never say to anyone, you're only 20, you don't need to worry about investing, because from age 20 to 30, those years can really help you in the long run. I want people to start investing early. I was recently told that I shouldn't say this to a 24-year-old young lady about, getting on track with investing, because she doesn't need to be worried about that. But I think that her earnings are getting to the place where she should be prioritizing, making sure that she has her money in places that is working for her, both savings and investing. Because for all I know, I was trying to give some encouragement, because she could have her money sitting at the local Bank of America making 0.01. So just something everything that I share, I know this, I think that I have to focus on sharing it here, because when you're here and you're tuning in, it's because you want to hear this type of encouragement, and not try to give it to people around me, because they may not be interested in hearing it. But I'm only trying to give it as I said, things that I've gone through, things that I've struggled with, mistakes that I've made, improvements that I've made. I want to share that so that you can then do better, or avoid the things that I've done, and not even have gone through the different struggles that I've had. So, all right. So on next Thursday, guys, I'm going to be over on Investing with Raj channel. I'll be posting that on my community tab. Thanks for tuning in. I don't see any questions. I've probably missed a lot, but when I get up here and I start talking, I am just like focused on my topic. But I appreciate you all for tuning in. I stress first check, save a percentage, invest, even if it's a short check, the orientation. So okay. I'm nervous. I think I'm going to wrap it up. Like I said, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. Make sure to hit the notification bell. Let me know in the comments after the live is done. You can leave me another comment if there's any topics that you want me to share as far as a video, live. I love getting feedback from you guys on things that you are interested in hearing about. And I'm going to, I now have channel membership open. So check that out if you're interested in becoming a channel member and being able to interact, and we work through different things together. I'm here to give encouragement. So, as I said, thanks for tuning in. Have a great rest of your weekend, and stick around for just another minute into the end.
And to investments, she make a lot on YouTube. Lisa J Stocks. Lisa J Stocks, that's the channel. Hey. If you wanna make some money, visit Lisa J Stocks. Yeah. You will make a lot. If you wanna make some money, visit Lisa J Stocks. Okay. She'll make it pop. If you wanna make some money, visit Lisa J Stocks. Yeah. Hey. You will make a lot. If you wanna make some money, visit Lisa J Stocks. Hey.